Caught them on the 20-pound sack, all in a 30-yard area. Called all the small ones out, 30-yard area. Was on a watermelon red lizard. They were just killing it. Today was a wacky rig Cinco.
All week I used a Gambler, Macmillan Magic, Easy Swimmer to locate the pockets of fish. When I found the pockets of fish, I found that I was getting bigger fish on Brandon's 4x4 swim jig with the Macmillan Magic. And on day one, I probably caught 40 fish. I didn't really think anything of it because I was just throwing back 3-pounders. It was unbelievable. They ate the swim jig like nobody's business, I think, because everyone was flipping. I had to be around people who were flipping. It seemed like the more pressure they put on the flipping fish, the better my bite got. Day two, I tried to flip, actually did punching with a 4x4 jig and lost 2 big ones, only had 6 bites. So today I went back to the swim jig, caught a bunch of fish, but the size it just wasn't there today.
I caught it on several lures, but my bigger fish did come on a Cinco.
It's a Bitter's Jitter Crawl and a Gambler Ace mainly. And then today I caught some fish on a Gambler Big Easy.
Caught all my fish this week on a Gambler Jigzilla. It's the new jig that Gambler came out with. I paired it up with a Green Pumpkin Mega Daddy, and I flipped that all week long on a rod that we make. We own a rod company, Fitzgerald Rods. My wife actually builds them. Used a 710 big jig mat flipping rod, and that paired up with 80-pound Sunline FX really helped me get them out of the reeds. This cover down here is so thick, and getting those big ones out is tough sometimes, but with that Fitzgerald rod, you get a lot of leverage to get them out. And I got one of the jigs with me, actually. That's it right there. It's about the size of my hand. Bigger the better on this lake. So.
Is that your favorite color?
Yeah, I either flipped that or black and blue predominantly on this lake. I went with this color this week because the water is a little bit clearer in the area I was in. I like the black and blue whenever the water is darker, but it was clear where I was at this week, and I went with that green pumpkin color.
The jig does not hang up from the front of the hook; it hangs up from the side. So if the weed guards straddle the hook, then it's gonna be a lot more weedless. I used it in Ouachita in the EverStart Championship, made a top 10 there, flipping wood. It works in wood and grass. About anywhere you can fish a jig, it's gonna work, and it's the best flipping jig on the market, hands down. Made 100% in America by my dad, who's the biggest American I know.
How'd you catch them?
Same way I always do, with an ounce and a half and a little creature bait.
The fish, have they moved up? It looks like you stayed pretty consistent in the same 20-pound range every day. You never did have that great big sack you need to win here.
No, I mean you got to get at least 3 big bites a day to win here, and I was fortunate enough to put myself in a good position after yesterday, and today first bite I got was that biggest one, probably 6 pounds, and I really thought it was going to be a good day. And I fished hard as I could. I never lost anything in 3 days. I mean, I left it all out on the lake, so I can't complain. I was happy.
Anything else that you would have changed? What kind of areas were you keying on?
Well, I got the FLW Tour coming up next in a couple weeks, so I'm not really going to give a whole lot up. But
okay, let's have you make a prediction about what's going to happen here in 3 weeks when you're back here.
I'll probably have a 7.5-foot halo rod and an ounce and a half weight on, doing the same thing I've always done.
Where do you think the spawn is? Is it just now starting? The better fish just now moving up?
Well, as you can see by the people that have caught them, I mean, I was fortunate enough to be the guy that flipping the heavy, matted vegetation. And I was able to catch them, better than the rest of the guys doing that. But as far as the jig on the reed bite, dude, there was no way that I could compete with that. That was definitely the way to do it. I never put it all together out there on the lake, and that, as you can see, I mean, the guys that really caught them consistent, better bags, they were doing that, pitching. And I believe that's the reason why they were doing it is because the fish were spawning out there a little bit deeper and it's less pressure, and